Welcome back to Phoenix English classes. Once again, we are going to continue with the same story, The Enemy, which is prescribed in the book Vistas for class 12 in CBSE board. Up to now, we reached to a point where we see Dr. Sadao and Hana completely occupied in what they can do for the enemy soldier, for the American soldier who was on the operation table, though there is no table, but we can say he is on the operation table. And Sadao, Dr. Sadao has got the place where bullet was stuck. This is the most crucial time for the surgeon, and he is not at ease also. The patient is losing his vigor. At every second that is being passed, Hana's mind is occupied with several thoughts about what would have happened with that enemy soldier, and they are all confused what they were doing, why they were doing all these things, and what will be the result of it. But the only concern that was very clear was to save the life of this man if they could. Let's continue the story from that very point. "It is not quite at kidney, my friend," Sadao murmured. It was his habit to murmur to the patient when he forgot himself in an operation. Now, Sadao was trying to find that bullet inside the hole where it was stuck. Firstly, he was thinking about where it was. Now, he knew that it was exactly at the point where kidney could be penetrated, where it could puncture the kidney. But it was by the grace of God, it was by the good luck of the man that it did not penetrate into kidney. It was still at a safer place, and Sadao knew it very well. And he started murmuring to himself as if he were talking to the patient, the etherized patient, the unconscious patient. He murmured, "Don't worry, it is not at the kidney." And it was his habit of talking to the patient whenever he was fully occupied with his job. He was doing some operation, he is always lost in it, and he used to talk to the etherized patient. That was his habit. And because he has said "my friend," the narrator is giving here an explanation. The enemy soldier is being said "my friend" for the first time. That was striking. My friend? He always called his patients, and so now he did, forgetting that he was his enemy. This is the point. Here the writer says, Parles Buck explains the matter of fact. The surgeon, once lost in his trade, once lost in his work, he is fully occupied with the patient, he is thinking of nothing. He has come in the same state of mind as he had ever been while doing such a job, while doing such a thing, and he always addressed the patient as "my friend." And today, this time also it happened. He said, he addressed to his enemy as "my friend." He did not say "my enemy," he said "my friend." Then quickly, with the cleanest and most précis of incisions, the bullet was out. Then, as a miracle, it shows the well-versed doctor and his expertise in his work. As soon as he got the bullet there inside the hole, the next moment, with the greatest precision, with the minutest precision, the bullet came out. The man quivered, but he was still unconscious. When he plucked the bullet out, there was sure a tingy pain in the body of the patient. Although he was unconscious, but he felt that pain of bullet being taken out. His body quivered, he trembled, although he was unconscious. Nevertheless, he muttered a few English words, and in his utter unconsciousness, he uttered a few words in English. What was the word? These words were giving the hints of what had happened with the man in the Japanese jail, and Hana was listening to it. All the words were contrary to her thinking and to the news that were there in the newspapers of Japan glorifying the kind-heartedness of Japanese army. Guts, he murmured, choking. They got my guts. These were the words. When the bullet was coming out in his unconscious state, the man was dreaming that the Japanese soldiers were cutting his intestines out. That was the pain that he realized. It shows the true behavior, the true cruelty of the Japanese soldiers in the Second World War. Sadao, Hana cried sharply. On hearing such a statement from an unconscious man, a fully conscious and awakened person will tell a lie. But if you are in deep unconscious state, if you are in half coma, you cannot utter even a wrong or false word. His uttering shows, his murmuring shows that what kind of torture was being given to the enemy soldiers in the prisons of Japan. Their intestines, their bowels were snatched from their body. Hush, Sadao said. As soon as Hana said, Sadao, what he is saying? Our army is doing such a heinous thing with the human beings. Sadao said, shh. You need not say anything. Don't speak any word. कहानी के इस हिस्से में काफ़ी कुछ बदल रहा है. पहली चीज़ डॉक्टर सदाओ ने की. डॉक्टर सदाओ इस समय पे पहुंच चुका है बुलेट तक और बुलेट को बाहर निकालने की कवायद में वो कहता है, बस मिल गई बुलेट, अच्छा है कि किडनी में नहीं घुसी. मेरे दोस्त कह के वो अपने दुश्मन को एड्रेस करता है, अपने दुश्मन को दोस्त कहते हुए संबोधित करता है. और ये उस सर्जन का बिना किसी प्रयास के आदतन बोलने का तरीका है. वो जब कभी भी ऑपरेशन करता था तो अपने पेशेंट को माय फ्रेंड कह के संबोधित करता था. इस समय वो उसका पेशेंट है, वो भूल चुका है कि ये उसका दुश्मन है, माय फ्रेंड कह के संबोधित करता है. और जैसे ही वो बुलेट को बाहर निकालता है, एक तीखा पेन उस सोल्जर को महसूस होता है. हालांकि वो बेहोश पड़ा हुआ है, लेकिन बेहोशी में ही वो बुदबुदाता है. उसके शब्दों में करा है, लेकिन एक रिवीलेशन भी है, एक प्रकटीकरण भी कर रहा है, एक रहस्य को खोल रहा है जो आई ओपनर हो सकता है, बल्कि आई ओपनर ही है हाना के लिए, इफ़ नॉट फॉर सदाओ. हाना के लिए, हाना जो सोचती थी कि नहीं कुछ भी खबरें आ रही हैं जापानी सिपाहियों के बारे में तो उनकी क्रूरता के बारे में लोग अतिरंजित करके कह रहे हैं, बहुत बढ़ा चढ़ा के कह रहे हैं, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है. वो बेहोश पड़ा हुआ सिपाही कहता है, अरे निकाल ली मेरी आंतें खींच ली उसने हमारी. बेहोशी में व्यक्ति ये कह रहा है, इसका मतलब है कि वो जेल में ये देख कर आया है कि जेल के कैदियों के साथ, वो जो वॉर प्रिजनर्स हैं जेल में, उन कैदियों के साथ कैसा व्यवहार किया जाता है। जीवित सैनिकों की आंतें बाहर निकाल ली जाती हैं, खींच ली जाती हैं, काट दी जाती हैं। तो सपने में ये देख रहा है, वो तो वैसे तो दर्द तो गोली निकलने का है, लेकिन सपने में वो ये देख रहा है कि जापानी सिपाहियों ने मेरी आंतें बाहर खींच ली, मेरे गट्स को बाहर निकाल लिया। इस बात को सुन के हाना चौंक जाती है और सदाओ की तरफ देखती है, मानो आश्चर्य को जाहिर करते हुए कि अरे ये होता है हमारी जेलों में। सदाओ को तो पहले से मालूम है, ही नोज द ग्राउंड्स ऑफ रियलिटी। तो सदाओ कहता है बस चुप रहो, कुछ कहने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जिन्हें कहा नहीं जाता, बहुत सारे राज ऐसे होते हैं, बहुत सारी बुरी बातें हमारे देश में ऐसी होती हैं जिनके बारे में हम कह नहीं सकते, लेकिन वो वहाँ होती हैं। The man sank again into silence so profound that Sadao took up his wrist, hating the touch of it. Yes, there was still a pulse, so faint, so feeble, but enough, if he wanted the man to live, to give hope. After muttering only a few words that revealed the condition of the enemy soldiers in Japanese jail, he once again went into that deep unconscious state in which he had been a few seconds before. It seemed to Sadao that he might have lost his breath. He was so silent. At once he tried his pulse. Once again he tried his pulse. If he could not bear that pain, it means he would have died. To ensure himself that he was still alive, he put his fingers on his pulse and found that it was not very good, but yes, it was still there. Although even at that time when he was trying the pulse of the soldier, he was hating the man because he was the enemy. Now he is not lost in his work. He is fully conscious. He has once again come back to the general state. That's why he is thinking about the enemy. But as soon as there was a pulse, as soon as there was a beat, he says, yes, there is still pulse. He is still alive, although it is still weak. But it is enough. Although weak, yet not so weak that he would die now. There are chances of survival. It means if he wanted the man to live, to give hope. This pulse was sufficient to give hope if the man has a willpower to live. He can live. No more anesthetic, he told Hana. At this point he said, now it's over, you need not give more anesthetic to the man. He turned as swiftly as though he had never paused, and from his medicines he chose a small vial and from it filled a hypodermic and thrust it into the patient's left arm. Saying this, that you have to stop the anesthetic, he once again turned towards his medicines. He took a vial and loaded a syringe once again, and the next moment he injected the medicine in the left arm of the patient. Then putting down the needle, he took the man's wrist again. Then he put down the needle and once again he tried to feel the pulse of the man. The pulse under his fingers fluttered once. The medicine at once gave response. First, as soon as he tried the pulse, there was fluttering, there was skipping of beats once or twice, and then grew stronger, and then it was normal, as the pulse should go on for a normal person. That was the effect of that medicine he had injected in the arm of the soldier. This man will live in spite of all, he said to Hana and sighed. As soon as the pulse was strong, Dr. Sadao was happy from inside. He said, whatever may happen, but this man will live. There is no doubt. He is not going to die. He can bear anything. In such a weak state, in such a bad condition, he has shown that he has a vigor of life that is rare. He will live. Whatever happens, that may happen, but he will live. अब यहाँ पर क्या होता है कि वो आदमी, खैर एक बार वो बड़बड़ाने के बाद कि उन लोगों ने मेरी आंतें निकाल ली, वो फिर से गहरी बेहोशी में डूब गया। सदाओ को लगा मर तो नहीं गया, इधर गोली बाहर आई, उधर जान बाहर निकल गई, और उसने तुरंत उस सैनिक का हाथ पकड़ा और कलाई पर नब्ज को टटोला। बहुत कमज़ोर चल रही थी, लेकिन नब्ज तो अभी भी चल रही थी, और इतनी चलती हुई नब्ज काफ़ी थी ये आशा देने के लिए कि अगर ये व्यक्ति जीना चाहता है तो ये इतनी नब्ज से जी जाएगा। हालांकि नब्ज डूब रही थी। उसने तुरंत हाना की तरफ मुड़ते हुए इशारा किया और कहा अब इसे और एनेस्थेटिक देने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। हाना को ये आदेश दिया और उधर तुरंत अपने मेडिसिन बॉक्स से एक वायल निकाली, एक शीशी निकाली और एक सिरिंज निकाली, उसको हाइपोडर्मिक को लोड किया और बाईं बाह पे उसके वो दवा इंजेक्ट कर दी, और इंजेक्ट करते हुए उस दवा ने काम किया। इधर इंजेक्ट किया, सिरिंज को नीचे रखा और तुरंत उसकी कलाई फिर से पकड़ी। नब्ज कैसी चल रही है, और महसूस करता है कि 2-3 बार फ्लटरिंग करती है नब्ज 2-3 बार थरथराहट होती है। लगता है कि बीट्स स्किप कर रही हैं या पाइल ओवर वन अनदर कर रही हैं, लेकिन 2-3 बीट के बाद एकदम नॉर्मल बीट चलने लगती है। आश्चर्यचकित हो जाता है सदाओ भी ऐसा केस देख के, और वो हाना से कहता है कुछ भी हो जाए ये आदमी मरने वाला नहीं है, ये जिएगा। इन दिस वे this part of the story has been finished. Today I'm stopping here because after that there is a second episode of the same story. The first episode has ended with that successful operation when Dr. Sadao announces that he will live. He gives the guarantee that he will live. Whatever happens may happen, but he will live. That I can understand very well after examining the pulse of the man. Here we have come to the end of the first episode. From the next episode, from the second episode, we will start reading what has happened when the man survived, when the enemy survived. Now, up to now, the enemy was unconscious. He did not know where he was. The patrons were also confused what to do, what not to do. But now, the real dilemma is coming to happen, and that was for both. What will the enemy soldier think in the house of an enemy doctor, and what the couple will do having their host, having their guest, or becoming the host of such a guest who was an enemy. Now both are conscious, both the parties, the guest and the host, they are conscious about the fact that we are enemies, yet they are under the same roof, in the same house. What will happen? There is a thing to think it over. We will continue with the second episode on the next turn, in the next video. Till then, I would like to advise, now watch all the videos in a series from first to this 6th video. This is the whole bunch of 6 videos for the first episode of this story. It will be better, and perhaps you will have a very good understanding of the story for the first episode if you watch the video from 1st to 6th in 1 or 2 sittings. Go in description, find the details, there are links. At the end of the video you will find the cards also that will help you out to continue from one to the other to the next one. So keep doing it, and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and we will continue with this second episode from the next video. I think I should stop this story here. Thank you.